Baby, when I read the script, I literally said, I have to do the script justice. And I immediately thought about who could play this role, who could do this role. And Edwina Finley is just it's such an amazing job. I mean, she just brought that role to life. And also you want to be, it's, you got to be very cautious because Maggie, who wrote it, went through it, so you have to be able to, not overdo it. You know what I mean? Like, not, it's this woman wrote her story and now we're bringing this story to life. So she's almost rehashing it, having to sit there and watch another woman play her, during the most fearful, like saddest moments in her life, to be told that you have cancer and be told that you can't have children. Like, it's just, that was a lot. So I said, I have to approach this very carefully and I have to have the right actress to do it. So I definitely am an actor's director because it's kind of a no-brainer because it's not about like the technicalities. You have people that will help you with that. So being in that production, everybody was just so wonderful and so gracious and helped me along the way while I did it. But to have an actress to bring the role justice was awesome. And Edwina, she put a foot in it. She definitely did an amazing job.
She was great. Well, early on in your career, you were also on All My Children. What was that experience like? Did you have any scenes with Susan Lucci? Like, did you feel the aura of Susan Lucci and the house that Lucci built? I've had her on my show. She's wonderful.
I had a few scenes with Susan. And you know what's so crazy? Erica Kane is known to be such a bitch. I don't know if I can curse, but just like—
You can curse.
Known to be such a bitch. But Susan Lucci was probably the nicest person that I met the whole time that I was on doing soap operas. Literally, her and Michael Levin, of course. Like, this is— and Dahlia, what's her name? Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. What is her name? She'll die, and oh God, it's menopause. It'll come back to me. But
I can't think of it either.
I know it'll come. Eileen Knight, I think it is.
Yeah,
Eileen Knight. Working with just really cool people. They helped me. I'm just because there weren't a lot of Black young women on other than Debbie Morgan. So it was kind of a whole new world for me. But I've been blessed to be around really good people along the way that have helped me. So it was a great experience.
I mean, what a great way to start one of your careers.
Crazy.
But your breakout role, which a lot of people know you from, of course, is 1992 Pam in Martin. Martin was just coming off like Boomerang with Eddie Murphy and like was there a buzz around that show? Like, could you tell going into it? Like, was there this hush hush, like this is going to be a big thing?
No, we didn't really realize that Martin would have the success that it had. Like, because at that point, Keenan Wayans, he paved the way for all of the shows that came behind Living Color. He was the it guy, you know what I mean, in terms of his content. So we came along, and then you had Living Single, then you had Lord have mercy, the show, this with the school. Come on, Lord have mercy, I get my black card taken away. But it'll come to me.
I just remember Living Single and Martin, Fox, Living Single and Martin.
Different world.
Yes, different world.
So that whole era, it was the birth of so many new amazing shows. And so Martin was just kind of a part of that. Because back then Fox was an independent network, it wasn't a major network. So we didn't get the same treatment as the major networks, but we had our own, we had the show. And then, having, Martin, somebody as comedically as brilliant as he is, it was for us about the experience, it's about, the moment that we were living. And that was, we came to work, literally, we had fun every day. Like, we cracked on each other. Like, so a lot of stuff that we did off camera, we incorporated into, the show. So we were just kind of all young, kind of wet behind the ears, but just kind of doing it full throttle. And who knew that it would just make the imprint that is made in the industry after 30 years. I mean, geez, people still watch it.
Do you remember like the moment, like that you were like, wait, this is something, this is going to go on for a long time? Like, do you remember that first moment?
I remembered how important, like the impact that Martin was making once we went into syndication. When we hit syndication, I had a little Indian boy walk up to me and says, "Oh, you're Pam." I was like, "Wait, what?" I was like, "So wow, this is resonating to different cultures and different, because I was used to Black people coming up to me, but never, Indian people." So that's when I realized, wow, this show is like really getting out there, and people to this day, 30 years later, still watch it. So you have generations of people. So it's not just the people my age. You have people that are children of my generation watching it now because their parents watch it. So it's crazy.
And like to your point, like now we have like Shondaland and Ryan Murphy, but right, it really to me, like there's so much talk about like diversity and inclusion, but like it really was groundbreaking at that time, and especially Fox. And I mean, that's how I view it. It was kind of really ahead of its time.
Yeah, and because I think we with what we did, and Martin really was good at. He knew what he wanted for his show. Hence, it's his show, Martin. That's why they called it Martin. And I love that. Even with playing the other characters, he would get tired of getting into prosthetic makeup and all that stuff. It was a lot. So whenever he was playing those characters, we just had to make sure we made him feel as comfortable as possible, because literally him getting into makeup would take longer than it was to shoot it. Like his makeup would be 4 hours sometimes.
Wow.
So by the time he gets into makeup, and now he has to be funny. So it wasn't an easy task, but we really honestly enjoyed it. And I always say, whistle while you work, enjoy what you do. Try, like, even, I say all the time, God has blessed me to do what I love doing. I wake up every day. So imagine waking up every day hating your job or hating what you do, or hating what you got to just, use to sustain your life or your lifestyle. Like you hate what you do. I don't know how that feels. And I don't want to know how that feels. So I've definitely been blessed to be a part of some really, really iconic shows, good shows that are still enjoyable today, which is great.
Well, here I am, and I used to practice corporate tax law in another lifetime. So I understand what happens. I'm like a closet smart person, but that's a whole nother conversation. But
see, smart people are in now. Smart people are in. Like, bust out of there, man.
Right. And so I understand, like, look, it's hard to leave a job, but I totally get it. Like you have to do what makes you happy. So
yes.
well, you have been